Hey, great Monday. Great Monday morning. It is a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville, and thank you all so much for coming back and visiting with us. Good morning, Frankie.
Hey, good morning. Happy May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Special shout out to all the teachers out there. Thanks for everything you do. It is a tough situation that we're going through, but hopefully it'll get better. Um, Happy Monday, everybody. Let's see how the week goes at Erasmo. Thanks for having me.
Morning. No, thank you, man. And it is Teacher Appreciation Week, Teacher Appreciation Day. Again, for I would ask that all parents out there and students and any member in the community go out there and appreciate your teachers and what they do. Where the BISD board and the stupid superintendent have failed our teachers, we have to pick up the slack. Ni modo. I mean, again, we are partially to blame, and again, maybe some of us a little bit more directly than others. Partial us to blame for having those board members there, and to have the superintendent there. So ni modo, we all have to pick up the slack and show some appreciation. Good morning, Marta. How you doing? Show some appreciation for our teachers out there. And again, I know that in times past, it was a lot easier because teachers would be in their classrooms and usually in their classrooms, and the students would bring little gifts and stuff. Parents would deliver gifts. It's not happening this year, guys. But again, it's one of those things that we just have to make adjustments to. Again, all praise to all the teachers out there. Thank y'all so much for everything that y'all do. Is that y'all do an amazing job. Y'all are being put through the ringer these days with everything that's expected of you. And we greatly appreciate it. Appreciate what you do for our students. We greatly appreciate what you do for our community. One of the things that we mention constantly is it's very, very unfortunate that the superintendent and the school board has taken an anti-teacher, anti-personnel stance. And it's very disheartening. Again, I mentioned this last night. This week I will have morning, Eddie. This week I will have the opportunity to speak to a couple of the board members, and I'm glad that they reached out. And I'm going to share directly some of my concerns, and I think some of my concerns are legitimate concerns. I think that they're going to be the same concerns of a lot of our individuals out there, who are concerned in regards to their well-being, concerned in regards to their livelihood. Good morning, Eddie. ¿Cómo estás, Eddie? Concerned about where they're going to be next 2020, 2021. It's concerning to them. It's concerning to me as well. I think one of the things that is important, again, when local leadership fails us, it is up to us, the citizens of a community, to stand up and bear arms. And I don't mean bear arms, little arms, but bear arms of brazos, and say no más, no more, no further. We need to take our community back and take back our district. It is May the 4th. It is National Teachers Week. I think Teachers Day. I think is today. But I think it's just the whole week where you appreciate everything that the teachers have done. I know last week was principals, and again, shout out to all our principals out there. Marina, good morning from Pasadena, Texas. Love myself some
Hey,
Pasadena.
good
Actually,
morning.
we have family in Pasadena, Texas. I think some of our family they work out there as postal services out there in Pasadena, Texas. I can't remember their name. Zamoras are out there, right, Frankie?
Yes, they are.
I think so. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure the complete name. That's what happens when you have a grande familia in the city of Brownsville. Frankie, anything new coming out in the news is recent?
One thing I do want to bring up very quickly before we go into that, Erasmo, is that if anyone is experiencing the captions on the screen, um, there's an option there on the screen under settings on the Facebook feed on the chat. It gives you an option for volume settings and other things. Click on the settings and then close captions. Turn them off if y'all are experiencing that on your feed. Sorry about that. In regards to the news, it got me thinking. And I don't know what you were saying yesterday last night, it was great to have Michael and Carlos on. To to hear from their perspective. But it got me thinking what you said about the 160, the 160,000 that the United States now anticipates the number being for the number of casualties. And I saw Dr. Eder Hernandez post this morning the same the same sentiment, the same gist to what you were saying, that the number is going to go very, very high, higher than anticipated originally. And that's the scary part. Again, people have asked me, Erasmo, and I'll ask for your take after this in regards to the recovery. People have been saying, oh, you guys are so negative. Y'all just comment and try to instill fear by just saying, oh, these are the number of positives, and y'all don't focus on the people that have recovered from this virus. And what I have to say is that we should remember about all those people with diabetes, with low immune systems, with asthma, with other health conditions that it does affect these people, and it could possibly be dangerous to them. So it's not that we don't want to shed light on that, but I feel, Erasmo, that this is something, again, we've never experienced this. And it's something that lately we've been seeing either here locally from our district, and at the federal level, and maybe even at the state, a more lax to, like, it's nothing more than the flu, or, it's business as usual. It's scary whenever we see, the medical field scrambling, not knowing with certainty what to do. The pharmaceutical companies and the individuals who create the drugs, I'm sure that right now they're in the lab, like, working like crazy, because there's an urgency to come with some sort of vaccination. So again, it was scary, Erasmo, what you said about the 160, but that's not instilling fear. That's just what the White House and what the medical experts have anticipated. And again, we showed the graph yesterday on the projection of deaths for Texas. So the 160, the 140 that people are saying ain't far fetched. That's looking more a lot like a reality, Erasmo.
Well, let me and I'll chime in. Well, first of all, one of the things that the White House, they have tried to lowball the number in regards to the number of deaths in the United States, and I'll start off with that. They've tried to lowball it, and again, I appreciate everything the White House task force is doing. I do my best to be on when they were having these conversations. I did my best to be on all of them, but they were lowballing. They were saying, oh, maybe 60, maybe even 50. We're already going to hit 70,000 deaths in the United States, and that number should hit today. So again, by this evening, we should be hitting 70,000 deaths, which already surpassed the number that was given by the White House and the White House task force. That's just to start off with, guys. Again, the projected number of deaths that I saw yesterday from one of those data people was 160, and I think it's going to be way over 100 and might get close to 60. And this guy was projecting this by August, September, and I can see where that could happen. That's one of the things. Two, uh, again, in regards to the being negative, look, guys, this page, these videos, they aren't Brownsville Herald, they aren't Craig Grove, Brownsville Living, they aren't the Brownsville City Commissioners, they aren't BISD that are they're forced to do this. It's like everything's great, everything's wonderful. If that's the type of page you are looking for, you are on the wrong page. Really, those are the other pages. You could go to those other pages, and here everything's just hunky dory. Here we will do our best to tell you the truth and to share facts and to share numbers and to share the opinions of the experts, not the Facebook experts, not the internet experts, the same ones that they know better than the scientists, they know better than the doctors. The only reason that we don't focus on the recovered cases as much as the positives and the deaths is because the positives and death are the only thing that is for sure. The recovered folks, the recovered individuals out there, we don't know. We all don't know what is going to happen with the recovered. We don't even know what recovered means. We don't. I mean, again, at first, I was excited when I started to see the number of the recovered people, increasing. I was going like, "Wow, that must be good news." But do a little bit of research, folks, and you go down to South Korea in regards to the resurgence and it coming back, and not necessarily carrying antibodies like they've said. Celebrity body counts. Yeah, I agree with Richard. Again, that's what you have to focus on, guys. We just do not know. That's just the truth. We don't know. We don't know what recovered means. It's just a word. But we do know what positives mean. At least we know that they have come into contact with the coronavirus in some way, shape, or form, be it by travel, be it by community, or be it by a link to a previous case. That number is for sure. Ahora, that number is based on the number of tests that we've done, and we haven't done that much testing at all, and we've showed you that. I mean, menos de 1% has been tested in Cameron County, less than 1%. So again, how can you have a clear number in regards to the damage the virus is actually doing? Now, the other part of it, guys, the other part of it is the dormant stage. It stays dormant. It stays in you without showing any symptoms for weeks. Well, why should those people even be in a position of recovery? They recover because they were first infected, but what about those that did not recover? Exactamente. But again, guys, again, that number at least we know that from 2,000 people that were tested. Well, we got 401. I think we're at 401 cases now, or 404. I'm not sure. 401.
432.
432. We're at 432 out of 2,000. Those are numbers, guys. Again, the number of deaths. The second wave is coming. Watch it. It's a lot worse. It'll be a mandatory lock. And Brenda is right. Everyone is saying, Fauci, Burks, everyone is saying there's a second wave coming, and they don't know how severe it's going to be. But it's projected not to be a nice one. The same thing happened back in 1918 with the Spanish flu. I mean, the first wave was bad. The second wave was horrible. So we don't know. Are not enough tests? And there are not enough tests. Again, it's not a Democrat point of view. It's not, oh, well, you're just being, it isn't. And people already know I'm very, very conservative. But I don't care when the president messes up, when the White House, when the Senate messes up, I'm going to blast them. When the Congress messes up, I don't care. I'm going to blast them too. This disease is attacking more than the lungs. Seems that it damages the organs as well. That is what we don't know. 14 days, exactamente. A lot of the recovered patients still have other lingering ailments and damages to lungs. Mike is exactly right. We don't know. We don't know what 432. Thank you, Cindy. We don't know what recovered means. So how can we look, guys? How can we be out there promoting? Oh, recovered, recovered, recovered. We don't even know what that means. We know what testing positive means. We know what deaths mean. We don't know what recovered means. And again, it's not Erasmo doesn't know. The world doesn't know. We don't know. Many individuals as young in their 30s are suffering strokes from this disease. I've read that as well. In regards to good morning, Ana Lidia. A lot of the younger individuals, were having heart issues. What's sad is that teachers and staff are asked to go back. It's ridiculous, Summer, and yet they have issues with their health insurance. And I'm going to meet with, or talk to individuals from our employee benefits, hopefully this week, and see what we're at in regards to that. I'm going to make sure you can take a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. Preach. It is very sad. Exactamente. Guys, we don't know. And again, so you can, mira, I've been doing this thing for like 10, 12 years now. I've lost count. Guys, la gente envidiosa, the haters out there, according to Papi Trump, we will have a vaccine before the end of the year. Yes, I actually read that as well in regards to the vaccine. He did say that. Do I believe that? No. The doctors have said at least a year. And I'm going to believe the doctors instead of believing Papi Trump. I believe Papi Trump when he's saying that he's going to send me a check. And thank you, Papi Trump, for sending me a check. But in regards to I'm going to leave the medical stuff to the professionals and not to Puppy Trump. Puppy Trump is good to send me money. Puppy Trump is not good in regards to this is what the doctors say. Me voy a vivir en el monte. Me traes unas flores de pita. Didn't you fight us for the teachers' insurance a while back? Yes! And I'm going to continue to fight for their insurance because, guys, that's the kind of guy I am. But with that said, again, going back into the look, guys, toda esta gente de que no, they're just negative, they just hate. These people no tienen otra cosa que hacer. O sea, I fart and they're out there whipping and smelling my farts. Guys, if you don't like me, get off my freaking pages. Really, no hay problema. I'll miss you and I'll shed a tear for you. Just leave. Pero it's so weird that the people that we hated us, those are the people that are paying more attention to everything that we say. And it's amazing, guys, because let me tell you, yo soy cortado de otra diferente tela. I'm completely different. If I hate you, I will not go out there be looking for your pages to see what you're doing. I'm not at all. When I block you from my page, and let me tell you, está como la estúpida de la Jessica Gonzalez, who now supposedly wants to run for BISD. La estúpida Jessica Gonzalez. ¿Qué va a querer? Hazlo has me blocked. You hate me. Why would you want to be on my page anyway? It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculous. If you hate me, why do you want to see everything that I do? Stay off. Go follow Craig Grove, the idiot Craig Grove. Go follow some of those other Brownsers doing great pages, man. It really is ridiculous. The people that most follow me religiously are my stalkers, my haters, and the people who pronounce and say that he's a negative. Y aquí están, no salen de aquí. You mean a jackass? Yeah. You know, am I lying, guys? Am I lying? Tell me if I'm lying. You will not shed a tear. I won't. That was just I was being facetious. La feria. This they have a boner for you. I don't blame them. You know, I don't blame them at all. Hey Jaime, because let me tell you, it's hey mi Armando. Let me tell you, it's not easy being this handsome, bro. It really isn't. So haven't even finished the first wave. Jaime's right. We haven't, guys. And again, with me, bros, and Jaime knows, Cindy knows. You know, I'm very conservative, but I'm also realistic. So I don't care when the president messes up. I'm going to call him out on it. When the Democrats mess up, I'm going to call them out on it. I don't care. I'm going to preach the truth. Preach, Claudia. Jada, true that. Right. Frenemies. I think you were trying to say frenemies. Yeah, no, es que they're obsessed. Hola, Hilda. Cálmate, por favor. Hilda, you've known me for many years. Have you ever seen me being calmado? Craig Grove threw me out of his page, like trashing on folks, and then like people disagree with him. Es que the problem with Craig is you don't know if he's looking this way or that way at you. Está loco el vato. He doesn't know if he's coming or going, el vato. Love you too, mi amor. You be you. Preach, Alicia. Love you, Alicia. Don't hold back, bro. No. And Al knows me for a long time, too. I don't hold back. It is what it is. You know, with politicians, guys, you don't know what you get. Okay, when they're in front of you, they're shaking your hand and giving you a pat in the back. With me, you know that if I'm not shaking your hand or patting you in the back, you know that you and I have a problem. So it's easy. You have a choice. And I've told a lot of people out there, can I get a hallelujah? And I've told a lot of people out there, guys. Told a lot of people out there, guys. I don't hold grudges with anyone. I don't hold grudges with anyone. And I will sit down and have a cup of coffee with the.
I guess Erasmo's having technical difficulties again.
Hello? We got a
Now
hiccup.
you're back.
Nah.
Rookie.
I don't know what's going on. I tell you, They want to shut up the message. They
They're
can't.
bugging you.
They're really after us, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Ponte en el techo arriba donde nadie te agarre.
You need your own beauty pageant. Exactamente. What did I miss? Oh, we're back, Kimberly. Don't worry. Asmo froze. It's crazy. I mean, technology, guys. His nickname for the beauty pageant. Loco, loco. El Craig Grove. Craig Grove's a loser, and I'm sorry. Buen día, échale mi Chuy. Love you. Doing the robot. Going to jail again with YouTube jail.
So
But
quick.
with me, guys, honestly, I mean, what you see is what you get. But you'll never a hypocrite, never. Look, guys, if you and I have a problem, así de fácil. I will let you know we have a problem, and either we'll work on it or we'll go different paths. Tú dale para allá, yo le doy para acá. I'm not going to be out there to harm you. Leave me alone. Pero no, these people can't leave me alone. They can't. They're stalkers. They want Erasmo. They need Erasmo. They need me on that wall. They can't handle the truth. El Moco, El Rona. Maria Lily. Me and you don't agree sometimes, but that's life. And still friends. I love this woman. She knows I love this woman. And again, we don't always agree. Facebook case you. You can't test positive for the seasonal flu more than once. This might be a big concern for Rona. Again, I mean, and again, going back to the point we were making in regards to the Rona, guys. Again, the numbers of positives. That's a number that we know for sure. The number of deaths, mass for sure. The number of
Erasmo,
recovered, not sure.
I want you to. I'm gonna take a note of it, and I want you to remind me tomorrow, Tuesday night. We're gonna have Dr. Eder Hernandez here to discuss the latest events and the number of positives that have happened in Brownsville and in Cameron County. But one thing I do want to focus on, Erasmo, is on asking him whether the positives we've seen how North Korea or South Korea, I'm sorry, um, there's been that resurgence in the positives. Have they been monitoring the positives that have been cleared here, or is it something that only come back to us if you have symptoms, if you get sick again? Because again, we have seen throughout the world how people are getting sick once again. It's not only coming to others um, who have never been infected by the virus,
Yeah.
but I believe that it's coming back on the positives on that side of the world. So what assurance do we have here that the positives here are not getting it or could possibly get it once again?
What Jaime says is very true. You might test negative and still have COVID-19. No, 100% accurate, 100% true. Now, I see Jorge. Oxford University successfully got through animal testing for a vaccine. They're now moving to human testing. Again, I hope so. I really hope that the president was right with what he said this weekend. I really, really, honestly hope so. But again, I'm going to wait for the medical professionals, people out at Oxford University, to give us some things. Frankie, explain the difference between 67 expected deaths reported and 35,000 actual deaths. Well, I think the number of actual deaths is already over at 68. I think, I mean, those are the numbers I'm seeing, and actually, those are the numbers that Fox News is reporting. So, if Fox News is saying it, it's got to be true. So, and I'll go back into Fox News and CNN. I go back to all of them, and all of them are reporting the same thing.
Erasmo, there's been some people that or it's been posted on social media on Face that people are dying and they're being classified as COVID
Yeah,
deaths, or something
or
similar
vice
to that,
versa.
or vice versa, that they've died from other illnesses, but they'll just say to this, so that there's not really that it's not right for us to say, hey, there's 67,000 or 60 plus thousand deaths, because that death could have been attributed to So
something
again,
else.
it would be interesting to see how they classify that death, whether he has other debilitating illnesses, but he contracted the coronavirus. He died. Did he die because of the coronavirus? I think that's what Dino was referring to, because there are people that say, hey, that number's not factual. That's not real, because they're just trying to add the number so they can, you know,
Yeah, what Dino and some other individuals are saying is that the hospitals are doing this so that they could get more money and more funding.
yeah,
Again,
yeah,
I don't trust the hospitals. I don't trust corporate America that much either. But with that said, uh, I'm going to say that I would err on the side of caution and say that that number, the 67, 68, the one I saw this morning was 68, the 68,000 that have passed away is actually a lower number, because I'm going to say that at first, we were sort of for months, and Cindy can correct me if I'm wrong, we were in a sense of denial in regards to even it affecting the United States in a big way. Denial. And again, I somewhat blame the president, and again, I know understand the talking points. Oh well, I stopped travel to China, and again, great move. It was what happened afterwards that I think it started to move in a slower pace than it should have. It should have. And again, it's just the fact. Now, if anyone should have had more information in regards to it, would have been the White House. They should have had more information on it. And I'm sorry, President Trump had a rally the first week of March, the first week of March with tens of thousands of people in there. So I'm going like, well, if y'all had concerns in regards to the coronavirus, why are we having rallies? And again, just calling it like I see it. Again, we should have had the rallies. We should have been a little bit more proactive. So I'm going to say that a lot of the deaths that we were having, in regards to, now we have to understand that it hits the underlying conditions, individuals with underlying conditions. So again, a lot of people who passed away from heart failure, a lot of people that passed away from respiratory failure, from organ failure, early on in February, March, were they COVID-19 patients? We don't know. They weren't testing for it. They
yeah,
weren't checking up for it, because as of March, I think they were still reporting 400 and some cases in the United States, something like that, 400 and some cases by March, and by then it was already here, unladen, of course. So again, I mean, I don't know. It is unethical. The Hannah shirt. Oh, I love. This is my Haley shirt. I love Haley. The doctors put the cause of death. The hospital receives the money. Why would the doctors risk their medical license for a hospital they don't own? Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, I don't trust corporate America, but Mike makes a good point. Frankie, check what I just messaged you from CDC on what I just mentioned, and thanks. Frankie should share that with us if you want. Again, guys, let me go back in there. What's the death rate for people without any pre-existing conditions? That's actually a great question, Jorge. I do not know, but we are hoping to have Dr. Servan this week. And if you could write that question down, Frankie, that's actually a pretty good question. I do not know.
what does it
What's the
say?
death rate with people without pre-existing condition? I'm going to think, Jorge, and this is just off my top of my head, individuals that are in their 80s and 90s who have a weakened immune system just because of their age. I'm going to say that a lot of those individuals have passed away from it. But again, we don't know unless you know the complete medical history of an individual. And again, those kind of records aren't open to the public. So, but it's a great question. I mean, I actually like that question. That is a question. And anything that Dino sent as well, we'll keep that for the doctors that's experts. Again, we're just saying because of the information that's out there, and that it's just what we have available. Again, at the end of the day, I hope there's only been 10,000 deaths. I just don't think so. So Trump's administration is paying doctors to lie about COVID deaths by exaggerating the numbers. I don't think that's happening. And Jaime's being sarcastic in regards to Dino's comment. I don't think that's happening. I don't think doctors would place themselves in that kind of a predicament, But again, anything and everything is possible. We'll ask the experts again. We'll ask the experts. We're going to hopefully have Dr. Servan here, and we'll have Dr. Eder Hernandez tomorrow night. So, those are great questions. But we wouldn't know because China and other countries aren't transparent. Yeah, that, see again, and I'm reading China's numbers, and one of our local bloggers was out there praising China, like, oh, things are great in China. I'm going like, dude, I I trust China as much as I trust the BISD board. That's how much I trust China, as much as I trust the BISD board. And I think y'all know how much I trust the BISD board right now. Again, they lie, they cheat, they steal. And I'm sorry, guys, I trust absolutely no numbers, nada coming out of China. None. I mean, what really, and y'all saw it, what did it for me was, again, that busload of chinitos wearing their mask and going like this, thumbs up, like, hey, everything's okay. No, automatically I knew things were not okay. So again, don't trust my China. Our country is just as opaque. I'm going to say, I'm going to disagree. I don't say that. I don't think that we're as bad as China, uh, but not too far apart. Is it true that only 56% of the people who get it don't show any symptoms? A lot of individuals show no symptoms. I'm not sure of the percentage, but that's another good question that we'll ask the experts, Kevin. But they do not show symptoms. And again, a lot of people are carrying it for weeks, for 14, 15, 16 days. They're carrying it and they're passing it on to everyone, all over the place. They don't even know they have it. Yeah. Dr. Fauci can't testify in house. I know exactly. I trust China more. Probably one of the girlfriends de mi compadre se llama China, and she's just, God bless you, bro. Nothing. Be safe, y'all. To make breakfast for boys. Thank y'all for updates, Frankie. Love you, Janet. No way. I agree. Check your toes. Sure. Ay, mi Jaime. Jaime tried to run me over on the scooter. That's all I know. And that I know for a fact. The other thing, and we'll, again, please send Frankie your questions, guys, for Dr. Hernandez and for Dr. Cerdan. And we'll sure as heck ask them. Ask them. We'll ask the medical experts in our area. Maybe Dr. Zamir as well. Los COVID toes. COVID toes.
COVID toes.
COVID toes. Love you, Kevin. Okay, guys. Serious note. Let's see. Claudia, do y'all think Texas will shut down again? That's actually a good question, Claudia. I think because of I think in 2 weeks it's going to be a lot clearer, because in 2 weeks we're going to know the effect of opening things back up, like the beaches. And again, we said it last night. The beaches. Did y'all see the pictures or the videos out there of the lines going to South Padre Island? I mean, they were all the way up to Port Isabel, pero para acá, casi a la entrada de Port Isabel. That's a lot of people to have on. I mean, it felt like spring break, like spring break. I hadn't seen lines that long since spring break. Y otra vez allá va mi raza a la isla. And I'm sorry, guys, there's very little, if any, social distancing out there at the island. And again, I understand there's now people aren't wearing masks at the beach because now they can't find you for not wearing masks. So, I'll take Mugu Guy Pan over the pot roast. Estás mal de la cabeza, mi Jaime. Good morning, Cynthia. I'm sorry, but opening the beach was ridiculous. Guys, it's human nature. We know our people. That's a lot of things that the governor, my compadre, Governor Abbott, does not know our people. I'm sorry, guys. And a lot of these local politicians, they do not know my people. Mi raza es necia. 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 And they're going to go out there to the beach. It was absurd. It was, man. Shut well, get off my page, Danny. You're still here, bro. This estúpida. Get off my page, imbecile. Even recent spring breaks don't have lines that long. It's true. Frankie, what about the lines out there?
Well, we anticipated people, wanting to go out. We understand how they've been, stir crazy, locked up for the past couple months. I I don't fault them. I understand that there's a need to, get some rays and enjoy the scenery and whatnot. But yeah, we did get pictures. There have been videos of the long lines, of the traffic. Which is good for business, which is good for the local economy over in PI Laguna um, and the island. So we it's pros and cons to everything. Our county judge wasn't too fond of the governor opening up back again. Um, hey, I do feel going back to if Texas is going to shut down again. I do feel that we are going to get a lot more positives in our area um, because of the island, because of opening back up. So I do anticipate us getting a large number of positive cases in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Once people have been tested, uh, so I'll dare even to say that we might even have another semi shelter in place, maybe even a month from now, just to try to prevent that from happening. So it is a possibility. I'm sure it's not going to be a weekend thing, Erasmo, of going to the island. I think people are going to go out there now that they're very clear to do so. So only time will tell. It was alarming to see that number of people, of traffic on these pictures and videos of going to the island. We understand the reasons why, wanting to go out and stuff, but everything has a consequence, good and bad. So the consequence for this is going to be how, in my opinion, how 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're going to see another number of positive cases for Brownsville and for Cameron County.
Yeah, again, it's going to be inevitable. And Danny Cardosa, people want their little 15 minutes of fame. I'm giving you 15 seconds, pros. I mean, again, case in point. Oh, we hate you. You're annoying. You're out. But aquí están. They're here. They can't help themselves. They need some Erasmo fix. Imbéciles. Imbéciles. So yeah, Jaime, block 3, 2, 1 faster. Block in one. La Isla Blanca open? Yes, it is. The parks. It is open. People are trying to garden for some reason. People are off and not getting paid. The beach is somewhat free. Again, yeah, el problema is the congregating of tons of people out there. And we're going to have Ryan Santana on tonight uh,
Yeah,
for
that's right.
Teacher Appreciation Day. So thanks for coming on. Somebody just ate breakfast, Los Mocos. Yeah, the island would be fine if people would keep their distance. Yes, again, it would be great. The bike trails, the hike trails, the island, the beach, Boca Chica Beach would be amazing. Just have to make sure that we're doing it responsibly. And for them to get people just don't. I mean, I saw a lot of pictures out there today again, and I saw a lot of pictures in regards to this graduating seniors and birthday party because I'm off over social media. And again, too many too many people congregating together. And again, it's not dangerous. So it's coming soon. It might be epitaph of most for the community. Yes. For fourth straight day, Texas surpasses 1,000 new cases. Kevin is right. Read that on article from KRGB on Twitter. Thoughts? You're very, very right, Kevin. Again, this is just right now. Can you imagine in a week, 2 weeks from now, after everything started to open up? And again, it's not just meeting up with people, guys. All these people out there, they're touching everything, they're grabbing everything, they're coughing on everything, and we already know that this stuff, lasts days, many hours on different types of material, and I can't remember how much long or what. So it's not just you being in the presence of people; it's you out there being in the community as a whole. So again, I think in 2 weeks we're going to get a big surprise. I hope not, but I agree. I agree with you, Kevin. I saw that same article. It's just amazing, new cases. And again, one of the things that really trips me out is that people here are going like, well, we don't have that many cases here in Brownsville, or there were only 5 cases this weekend. Doesn't tell us anything. It's like, that calm before the storm, or it's the eye of the storm, donde se empieza a calmar todo, and then mocos. It's gonna hit. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Kevin, good job, my man. Screw that, their ass. Block them. They're blocked, bro. Váyanse la porra. Danger, Will Robertson. Danger. What do we know about the new drug? Oh, actually, very little yet. I know that they're trying to rush a lot of the medication out there. And it's not the hydrochloroquine. It's this new medication that they came out with. And again, not enough information is out there yet. But again, we'll have the doctors on. These are great questions, man. We'll have the
I'm
doctors on
also
hopefully tomorrow.
I also want to ask them. There've been talks about plasma, donating plasma, and how plasma could help. It's still new. There still isn't
Hey,
enough
Chrisley.
information in regards to that. But I am hearing that there is some tests being done actively right now on on the donation of plasma of giving it to this individual. So again, we'll be having Dr. Eder Hernandez and Dr. Serdan hopefully this week. So we should get more clarity in regards to that.
Yeah. Again, plasma was one of the first things that was out there. They were doing plasma for a while. So again, yeah. Crystal Lee from St. Cloud, Minnesota. How's it stuff in Minnesota? I heard that y'all had it pretty bad at one point. And then I think Minnesota's the state, or is it Michigan? One of those where they had a lot of the people out there like protesting at the Capitol. It's not a great thing. Remdes. Ya pareces al president, Jaime Kofifi. Kofifi. No te entendí, Jaime. Guys, let's talk a little bit about what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, the BISD board is going to have a meeting tomorrow. It's a regular board meeting. And there's a couple of things on there that I would say are tripping. And again, some of the teachers that are on here, listen to this. Okay? My friend Phil Cowan placed on the agenda a measure that says discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the recording of board meetings executive session. This was approved by Eddie Garcia and Phil Cowan. They are discussing ending the recording of the executive session meetings. Why? Why are they wanting to end the recording of executive session meetings? To cover their tracks? To have nothing to go back on? Guys, is this only concerning to me? Why? Why the move to end recording the meetings in executive session? It's on the agenda, folks. What do they have to hide? Do they have anything to hide? I'm sure they will, some of them things you say, but they focus on what they do not like. Those haters could do great things for Brownsville, but they refuse to talk, debate, and sit down to talk. They're not. New men. Teachers are back at campuses. Big mistake. Big mistake. No trails. It's on the agenda. They're going to discuss whether to end the recording of executive session. End the recording of executive session. So let's say that there's a lawsuit, and again, they're preparing for lawsuits. A lawsuit, they could request, a judge could request the recordings from executive session to see who said what. To see who said what. Now, they want to end it. End recording executive sessions. I'm going to say no. Exactamente. Deniability. Plausible deniability. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You thought I said that. They probably can't bear listening to their own bull crap. Secrets behind closed doors. They need to discuss how we didn't get our $100 stipend. Oh my God. Guys, a slap in the face of teachers and well, teachers only because staff and special ed folk didn't get the money. $100 stipend that they still haven't received. When San Benito dished out the $500 to everyone 2 days after they voted on it. 2 days. That's so you can FOIA on what they was said. Exactamente. But who will vote to pass that? I'm going to guarantee you that it's probably going to be a 6-0 vote. They're going to vote unanimously because
Wow.
no one's going to want to have their, well, at least you know that two people are going to vote for it. Have a great, blessed day, Pedro. God bless you. Yeah, bien fregones, ¿verdad? The other thing that I see concerning on here, anyone else have any questions in regards to the meeting tomorrow? If the board can't take the heat, it's time to get out of la cocina. The other thing here, there's a payment. Uh, 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 uh. Sorry, guys. Let me get it. I had it right now. Ah, there it is.
Rookie.
Sorry. Um, we're actually out there going to spend a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars for engineering projects. And let's see, partial payment. Oh, another partial payment to Schneider. Schneider Electric for construction services work completed. Guys, these people changed light bulbs and they got $1 million contracts, changed light bulbs. And I'll tell you something else. They didn't do a good job because we had to, when I did my walk around at Oliveira, I mean, we had them come back because they did a horrible job. We paid them millions of dollars. The other person that we paid millions of dollars to change the light bulb was E3. And I was trying to see if they were on the agenda. Schneider and E3 took millions of dollars.
Erasmo,
E3,
Erasmo,
E3.
what's the note on there to approve? How much to Snyder?
Well, I'll say E3 took last year took $8-9 million from us. I wish you would have asked. Here he is. Tax no fund. $100,000. Let me see. I need to look at it. I want to give you the exact amount, but I sure as I can't find it anymore now. I'll find it and I'll have it for this evening, guys. Millions of dollars for changing a light bulb. A light bulb. Nobody wants to be on record. Ese pelito, Frankie. Yeah, I've told them, pero no hace caso. In that meeting, the specialist told them that technology stipends were not going to be refundable from the state or federal government. That's probably why we didn't get it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Give them the money. Give them. Is it refundable? Who cares? Give them the money. They're working out of their homes. They're using their own technology. Give them the money. Will students need proof of negative COVID tests like current immunization records in order to register next year?
Wow, that's a good question.
It is a good question. There's not going to be, I don't think there's going to be congregating schools next year, guys. I don't really think so. I don't really think so. Is here is his morning.
Morning, Jimmy. How's it going, man? Hey,
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
love you, Jimmy. Pero a nadie se les prendió el foco hasta ahorita. Record the meeting. Stop recording the meetings, guys. Stop recording the meetings. What? Fíjate, qué chulos. Let's stop recording the meetings. It's funny. Can't make this stuff up, guys. It's on the agenda. We'll post it later on. Stop recording the meetings. Like his mask at night. You mean that
Yeah,
avocado mask? Se pone the dark charcoal mask?
it's hair in the morning, mask at night.
Hi, Jimmy. See, I got brains. Yeah, we just don't know exactly where those brains are at, but they're somewhere. You guys. Guys, we'll have more information. I just saw the agenda this morning. I'm going to look at over for tonight, and we'll have Ryan, one of our local teachers, online, and he'll share with us some information in regards to Teacher Appreciation Day, and we'll ask him how Harlingen is doing. He has a connection out there at Harlingen Independent Consolidated Independent School District, and we'll talk to some other teachers throughout the day. So, teachers, if you have any concerns or anything else out there, send them in. Send messages to Frankie, send messages to myself if you'd like. And if you have more confidence with Ryan, send messages to Ryan. Let him know what you want us to speak on tonight. Again, no problem, guys. Just send them in. Brain damage. That's going to be the name of our next band, Jaime. Brain damage. It's actually a pretty cool name. Uh, so the other thing that's happening today, I'm waiting for us to have another press conference. The I haven't heard anything from the county judge. I think that the county judge is going to wait a couple of days to see if they could start mapping a lot of the, or maybe trying to establish some trends in regards to what's going on in in the city of in Cameron County. I'm going to think that that's going to be the case. I'm not real sure. I say we'll see. I haven't heard anything from his office yet. Good to have you back. It's good to be back, guys. Again, never too far away. Again, we we take the hits in regards to technology. We take the hits in regards to social media laws being thrown in Facebook jail and stuff. And you roll with the punches, guys. Roll with the punches, and do what you do best. Always keep you all posted. I'll do my best. Can you get a local mortician to explain the disposal of affected cadavers? I have a couple of friends actually. I'll ask them actually. I have a couple of friends who are morticians, great friends of mine. I love them. My friends here at Darling Mauser. I have a beautiful friend out there, who I care about a lot, and I have my friends out at Sunset. Great friends. Always been very close to me. So yeah, I'll see if they are wanting to come. Oh, also, este, he's gonna hate that I forgot his name. Ah, I can't remember your name. Cancino. Cancino. Sorry, Cancino. Cancino up here at. I think he's at Del Angel. Great friend of mine too. So it's again, I do have a lot of friends that are morticians for some reason. I just realized that. You know, yeah, it's kind of trippy, but when you can name your doctors and you go like, oh, okay, so it's, because of the medical field. When you can name your teachers, that's also great too. But someone is completely not completely there when they could name their morticians. I can. But it's so hard to twist a light bulb in. That's what you just don't understand. VISD does not think our custodians can handle. Well, let me tell you, and I'll say something in regards to what Royal just mentioned. Guys, we had our maintenance staff do Perez Elementary, and they did a 10 times better job than Schneider or E3. 10 times better. 10 times better, and it cost us nothing. It cost us the light bulbs and it cost us a little bit of their time and todo, but they're already getting paid. They did a better job. Ask the principal at Pettis. They did a better job. Our maintenance people. But these folks are paying E3 and Schneider millions of dollars to change a light bulb. I'm not making this stuff up. Really, I'm not. Well, that was a few days ago. Frankie, anything else?
No, happy Monday, guys. Again, we'll be having Ryan Santana, a teacher from IDEA, on the show tonight. Just for teacher appreciation and just to get his feedback on, the latest current events. So tune in for that. Erasmo, we'll see how this week turns out. again, it is interesting how the county, uh, we'll see what direction they take. It's been apparent that Judge Trevino is not in agreement with the governor. So I'm sure right now him and his team are already trying to see the possibilities of what could happen possibly down the road. His what I like about his press conference is that they give us the analytics, the percentages and things like that. So let's hope that they're preparing even more extensively down the road. And again, we anticipate the city of Brownsville doing the same thing now with the recent collaboration with the city of Harlingen in testing that the residents, in our neighbor city. So it's gonna be interesting, Erasmo. And one thing I do want to stress, Erasmo, this is what we needed. We Harlingen to come to the plate, but we also need San Benito, La Feria, maybe even PI, to give them an opportunity to give an opportunity to them to get tested as well. So again, we'll see how the county and how the city handle this week and these next few weeks. It's going to determine the outcome of the long term effect for our region down here. So just something to think about, guys. Thank you, and have a good morning.
I'll explain real quick the light bulb thing. Again, E3 is billing the district millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. I think $8 to $9 million was the amount last year. I have the exact amount, $8 to $9 million last year to change light bulbs, guys. Now, this is the same company, E3. I mean, Schneider does the same thing. They're competitors. So they gave some schools to Schneider, some schools to E3. E3 put $18,355. $18,355 in Parisi's campaign. Not making this up. It's on there. Now, why would a vendor who is billing the district millions and millions and millions of dollars put $20,000 in the campaign of a BISD board member? Anyone? Anyone have any clue? Anyone? Now, also put money into with Drew, and this election season, I'm going to be putting out there every single cent that these people give, because where they put money, those are their horses. They're not your horses. So the candidates for BISD and then next year for city, the vendors who put money into their campaign, esos son los caballos de ellos. They're horses. They're not the community's horses. We want community horses out there winning races, not these people. And again, kickbacks 100%, 100%. And again, they keep them happy. They keep them happy by putting little money in their pocket. It's not good. 11 more days to see impact of possible spike in cases. Yes, I agree with Paul. We're going to see in 11 to 14 days. And I give him 14 days because I think yesterday was also very telling. This weekend was very telling, besides the fact that, because of the, oh, Cheetos, I forgot I was cooking scrambled eggs. Ya se hicieron chicharrones. Hey, chicharrones ain't a bad thing, guys. But yeah, that's what happened with E3, Schneider, and those light bulb changing companies. Again, we'll discuss some of that today. To change bulbs at all BIZ locations. No, they started off with some high schools, some middle schools, and some elementary, and they did that in order to then see what savings they were going to get from changing the light bulbs in regards to electricity. So they were paid millions, and we were supposed to save tens of millions in regards to electricity and just power usage at our schools. It's a scam. In my opinion, it's a scam. So that's what the BIZ bulb changing thing is. We are going to have Ryan from IDEA, and I understand that, I mean, come on, guys, we had one of the main people from IDEA on also. So again, we make the invitation to anyone at BISD, any teacher out there at BISD, any counselor, any principal. We could put you on without your face, so you can come out with the microphone and no camera. So I mean, if you're concerned in regards to retaliation, It's an open invitation. You can come on without showing your face, just your voice. And you can even hide your voice somehow. Like, you could talk. This is a reason at our school why I think that we're
Luke,
getting
I am
screwed.
your father.
Yeah, you can hide your voice, guys. So again, open invitation to any teacher, principal, counselor, anyone out there, BISD, that has fear of retaliation. You can come on here, just your voice. Hide your voice. Voice changes, yeah. But you could change your voice. Nobody's going to recognize uh, someone that's working at BISD. They won't recognize your voice. They might recognize your face, but not necessarily your voice. And again, your friends aren't going to turn you in. So again, open invitation to any teacher, counselor, nurse, anyone from BISD, administrator, band director, anyone. Come on. Those new bulbs weren't worth a poo. They weren't. They sure as heck weren't. They sure as heck weren't. They weren't worth $9 million a year, but they were worth $20,000 in one of the board members' pockets. So, guys, uh, or if they're ugly, también. What if they have a distinctly shaped head? Again, no video. We could put you on here with no video whatsoever, just the voice, and it'll be a black screen and your voice. So anyone from BISD that's brave enough, give me a call. Love y'all, guys. Have a great Monday. Great show this morning, guys. Easy identifies. Love y'all so much. Take care. Take care of each other. Take care of me. Take care of our community and the teachers. Love you. Appreciate everything that y'all do for our students. AOBE, a teacher association. Thank you for everything y'all do for our teachers. Thank you for fighting the good fight. Have yet to hear from anybody else. God bless. Take care. Love y'all.